if you want to nail a perfect hypnotic interview, then definitely listen to this because I have 3 very simple steps for you for your next session to apply today so that you can get the most out of your sessions. Your clients will get the results faster and the transformations are deeper. And so most people think that having a great hypnotic interview is all about the techniques they use. Like, I'm going to get my clients to be rapidly induced. They are going to go deeper. They're going to be hypnotized very quickly. I'm going to say like this really amazing language pattern. I got to do this amazing pre-talk and priming and all of the above to ensure that my clients are really in that state. But that's actually not it at all. I'm going to give you these 3 things starting now. The first one is curiosity. And some of you are probably like, oh, like, what do you mean? I'm already curious. But seriously, though, curiosity is a muscle that we can always grow and grow and grow. And curiosity is really, by definition, just wanting to know more about something without being attached to a certain outcome or expectation with regards to that something, right? And so if we come into our sessions with that, just really just wanting to know about the client in front of us without having agenda in our minds or without having an end goal for them, then this is what truly nails the hypnotic interview and makes a result fast, like breakthroughs within 15 minutes. Once you're a pro, 5 minutes, right? And, again, this is a skill set because this is something that obviously is trained. And within that training, we get to let go of all of our other habitual bad shit that we do that I used to do inside my sessions, which, the first one was thinking I know better, right? Like, oh, okay, like this person really needs to heal their inner child. So let's go do this. But, there were times when I was wrong, right? I was deeply wrong. And it was not the inner child root. It was something else that they needed. And so by being curious, we really stop that from happening. We stop ourselves from assuming that we know better than our clients. And that in itself, when a client senses that, is going to put a wall of resistance, right? So we might not think that our hypnosis work, but it's really just, we are the ones doing it, right? We are the ones who are making a client resist by not being curious, by trying to steer the direction of the session a certain way. And this is coming from a well-meaning standpoint, of course, that you wanted to make a difference and you want to continue to make a difference in your clients' lives, right? So that's why you came into this, and it's a well-meaning gesture to want the best for our clients, but how we truly help our clients get the best results is through maintaining curiosity. So how can you detach to the outcome, detach to the techniques, and really just pay attention to the client in front of you? That is how you're going to have the perfect hypnotic technique. And so that's why inside our conversational hypnosis trainings with my students, that is always what I ask them in the demos. When they are the ones doing the demo, I always ask them, okay, pause, what are you curious about? And then go from there. So that's the first one. Second is to not use techniques. And I know that this is going to be very scary for a lot of us. Avoid using techniques when you can, and instead use the client's unconscious expressions first. Instead of forcing a client down the stairs or getting them to imagine magnets in between their hands to make sure that they are convinced that their mind is brilliant. They already know that their mind is brilliant. It has created the problem, right? It brilliantly created a problem. It brilliantly created this coping mechanism. So it doesn't need to be convinced, right? We can do the client convincing by actually helping them to resolve the problem. So when we use techniques like that, it is very rigid, it is very authoritative, and sometimes that can work. For some clients, that can definitely work. I'm not saying that it doesn't work because, it does for a lot of the clients. But if we want next level results, then we get to let go of those old techniques and just pay attention to the client in front of us. And that's why the hypnotic interview is something that we go through for 3 full days, because this really is a skill set, like I mentioned before. So avoid the techniques, allow your clients to just express whatever unconscious information they present with at that moment in time. Third one is when we ask our clients a question, right? So we ask a question and obviously they answer. Based on that answer, is going to be that answer is going to base or be the blueprint of our next question. So inside our conversational hypnosis trainings during the demos, which is really what we do all day, every day in the 3 days, what I tell my students to do is, okay, you have a client in front of you, you ask them a question, and it's the same question every time. What is the problem? Based on this, what the answer is of what's the problem, that is going to gauge what the next question is going to be. So client says, you ask what's the problem, client says, I really want to stop getting into these toxic relationships because I'm just so done being unhappy or something like that, right? And then based on that, that is how you ask the next question. Okay, so you've attracted the toxic relationships and you're just unhappy. What else are you feeling? Kind of thing, right? And then they answer. And then that is how you really nail a hypnotic interview. One question at a time, one response at a time, and based on the response is going to gauge the next question. So that is really a process, right? And this is easier said than done. That's why there's a whole course for this, right? So just to summarize how you can nail your perfect hypnotic interview, and you can even use this today. First of all, be curious. Second, avoid the techniques and use your client's information instead. And number 3, whatever your client's responses are, that is how you're going to base your next question. So it's question, answer, based on answer, question. So when we do that consistently with practice, with strengthening, with training inside over and over again inside our sessions, then the massive aha moments that are going to be within 15 minutes, you will learn how to ask like 4 questions and your clients just fall into this amazing trance eventually. So I hope this helped. Let me know how you do once you apply these 3. And if you have any questions once you've taken action, let me know and I will see you soon.